Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olson. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go on Sunday Night Football.
Ready?
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. He'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Milrow. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one, a gain of 18.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Finds room inside the 40. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 25 yards. First down, Seattle.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, it's Milrow. Right side hauled in by McConkey. And he's going to be marked out of bounds down at the 3. They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's 1st and goal.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. That gives him 14 touchdowns for the year. Point after, coming up here. It's up and through. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8. Quick throw, the RPO is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Open man, right side, he's got it. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. A gain there of 23 yards. That's enough for a 1st down. A give. Here comes Blue. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through. Slow up that play behind the line.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He brought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
A loss of 7 yards. And it's third down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down. On the ground, it's Blue. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. And he will work his way to the 11-yard line. Good running and a 1st down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
A run with Blue. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Seahawks 3-yard line.
Here we go. 70 Lion.
In motion, it's Jackson. Now this time, they'll look to throw. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
6-yard line.
Track 60. 19 tight. Cougar 19.
Back to throw. Long, incomplete. Coverage standing there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw. That's taken in, and they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard
So
line.
some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, San Antonio.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Milroe. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, a little predictable there. You feel like you just gave up points, and the first thing you want to do is you just want to answer back, and you try to get it all in one play. Nice job by the defensive coordinator, understanding the deep shot was coming, having the right call there. So offensively, just take what's there. You're not going to get all those points back in one play. Take your time, take what's there, sustain the drive. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Here we go, set. Ready.
They'll try and run it with Walker. And he will have the Seahawks 1st down. I do believe he's going to get it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
And the ability to continue to sustain these drives and maintain possession, these 3rd downs are so critical, Mike, because every time an offensive play caller gets a fresh set of downs to work with, there's just more opportunities to continue to try to strike deep and go to score.
That one complete to McConkey. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Another Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
60 bites.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Great run after the catch in the open field. A pickup of 24. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Ready.
Milroe. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision, That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Dragon 60. Hawk 70. Hawk.
Again, it's Milrow. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sacks are drive killers. And again, sacks in my mind are more of a quarterback stat than they are an offensive line stat. You have to have a clock in your head to understand where the weakness of the protection is, where I got to go with the ball if I'm hot, and at the end of the day, just get the ball out of your hand.
And he'll be out of bounds down around the 40. What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit.
And he's in! Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. So that is 2 touchdowns in this game, and now 15 for the year.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone.
And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a 1st down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie linebacker.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
Let's go now. Ready, right?
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. We're back to Seattle after this. Second down and 8.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Milrow. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get 21 on that one. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Now Milroe on first down. This one finds McConkey. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They're on the march. Another first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
From the pistol, here's Walker. And he's into the end zone yet again. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. That's his third touchdown of the game, and it adds up to 16 now on the season. Now, the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here we go on the return from the 1. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
At their own 21-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Oh, it's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession. Now they'll set up to throw. That's into their hands of Jaden Blue. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. Now this offense could use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So it'll be first and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
5 more yards. That's another San Antonio first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Set to go now on first and 10. He'll drop to throw. Huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
So, we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Smith to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 21-yard line.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on first and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That one Incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Back to the air once more on second down. That's three. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7.
Come on, come on.
Once again, it's Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Pass to 60.
On third down, Milrow.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
Hold it ready.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go. Stack.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with first and goal.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
And he's got another one. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. A try here for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Seahawks will extend this third quarter lead.
27-6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Blue. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Boye Mafe in on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 27-yard line.
It is second and 6. Again, it's Blue. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up third and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. A run once more with Blue. And he'll get this to the 35. That's good enough for the 1st down.
I think this is one of those play calls, Mike, that really just comes down to understanding your personnel. You realize, okay, your back is not one of those big bruising guys running up the middle on 3rd and short. Instead, use the speed, use the vision, get him outside the offensive line and let him find that space to pick up the 1st down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. To incompletion.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. That sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Pitch as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. He'll air it out down the middle. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. That is incomplete. He couldn't get the connection on 4th. Going to give the ball over on down.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the 2nd half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Milrow. Right side hauled in by McConkey. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver...
And he's in. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got me, man. It's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who've also scored throughout the league.
The extra point is good. And the Seahawks are going to extend their lead.
34, Huskies 6.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Now screen set up for Blue. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. A gain there of 24 yards. And that will be a first down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Look wide. Get this one complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
On the Seahawks 40-yard line.
Oh, wide open is Wilson. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. It's a big one right there. It's a gain of 34.
First and goal.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it first and goal. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
Third and goal.
Let's go. Steady.
Fourth quarter begins on the ground. Tries to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, it's going to set up fourth down.
It's 4th and goal.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Huskies. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now, a two-point conversion attempt coming.
The offense will line up for a two-point conversion.
Marshall is on the move. They'll look to throw. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack off the two-point conversion.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Come on, set.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love on my face for Russell.
from the 29. Here's second down and 7.
Go. 19, come 19, come 19.
Out of the gun, it's Milrow.
Well, as they face this possible 3 and out following that second down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield, and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Here we go. Cougar 19. Go.
Throwing is Milrow. He'll let one go down the middle. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Ready,
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now Walker. He'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
At the 37-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
Panther 60, Panther 60, Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
3rd down, they need 5.
Liking it. Tag. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now it's Milrow. Downfield, got him, and he's got it. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready.
This one tapped forward on the pop pass. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seahawks. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. The extra point is up and through. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
1st down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start this on the ground with Blue. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Give them 14 on that one. That's enough for a first down.
Gain of 14. First down, San Antonio.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Aiden Hutchinson in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
On the handoff, this is Walker. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Gravity Lions.
From the gun, it's Milrow. Looking middle, he'll get it complete to McConkey. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
Hawk 70.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. But this one is about done. Here's 2nd and 9.
Set. Bronco 80. Go.
Here we go. One final play. And the final play of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So the 12th man, a fact.